in the tunnel system underneath the largest pyramidal structure in the world here at Cholula in Mexico. This tunnel network is at least 10 kilometers in scale and has many different branches going off. So this is the actual base of the pyramid itself.
Yeah.
As we're here underground. So you can see this is the foundation of the pyramid. So actually this tunnel system is not ancient, it's relatively modern, but it was a way to dig underneath this massive pyramidal structure and expose where the actual original foundation is, because there are actually two pyramids on top, built on top of the original one, stacked. For example, here's a scale model of the primary pyramid. The footprint of this one and the volume is greater than the Great Pyramid in Egypt. The Great Pyramid in Egypt, which is about 500 feet tall and has a footprint of 13 acres, is 2.5 million cubic feet in volume. And this one is about 4 million cubic feet in volume. So that's why they refer to it as the largest pyramidal structure in the world. But it's not, by definition, a true pyramid. Now, strictly speaking, the term pyramid refers only to the ones in Egypt. So-called pyramids have been found all over the world, but the word we have, pyramid, comes from the Greek, which is pyromedos, which means the fire in the middle, or the fire within. And that is because the Egyptian pyramids were power plants. So what you're looking at is the foundation of the pyramid, or pyramidal structure. And again, its footprint is at least as large as that of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And of course, when you have colonizers coming, what do? They build a church right on top of an ancient sacred structure. Now, one reason why a church is built on top of an older sacred structure, and this has happened all over the world, in Europe, etc., is because it's a way of psychologically taking over the people that you are conquering. If you take their sacred site and you put your sacred site, such as a church, on top of it, the people still want to come to the ancient site, and that's how you introduce them to the new belief system. The same in Cusco, Peru, the Inca capital. The Coricancha was the sacred structure. It was the navel of their world. So, as soon as the Spanish arrived, they tore down the Temple of the Sun and built their church on top of it. Conquering people psychologically is a lot more efficient than conquering them with brutal physical force. This pyramidal complex was begun about 200 BC by a culture called the Cholulteca, and they were somewhat related to the people of Teotihuacan. And so Hernando Cortez, who was the infamous Spanish conqueror of this area, when he came to this place, he had the 5,000 people of this town area complex, the native people, all assembled together. He told them that he was going to have a great celebration for them, but instead what happened is that he brought a neighboring tribal native people in who were great warriors, and the 5,000 people of the Cholulteca who were here were all slaughtered in one night. And to prove his so-called superiority, he then had this church placed on top of the pyramidal structure to show his power and dominance over the people. This is the second level of the pyramid, and this was where the great high priest would stand and make his oration. But the design of this, which is an aspect similar to Teotihuacan near Mexico City, the angles and the composition made this an incredible acoustic environment. So originally there were three great vertical stones here, there, and there. And so because of the design, and possibly these depressions here, the acoustics were incredible, and the voice of the high priest would be amplified greatly. So the architects of Teotihuacan, and if you haven't heard of that before, it is a massive ceremonial city outside of present-day Mexico City, dating from at least 700 BC, if not earlier. And it was built by supposedly the Toltec people. And its whole composition is based on acoustics. So they came here about 200 BC, and they taught the local people, engineers and architects, how to build in this style in order to achieve the incredible acoustic nature, which, even though this place is, of course, in ruin, it still has that characteristic to this very day.